What's going on, everyone? My name is Scorpion, and welcome back once again to Battle Hub Draft League Season 1, Week 4, where my team, the L.E.A.F agents, are going to be taking on Biradu, head coach of the Atacama Tyranitars, and also organizer of this lovely draft league. Once again, big shout out to you, Biradu, for organizing this draft league. I am loving it so far, and I'm sure everyone else is too, and I'm very excited to get into our battle. For those who are interested, I'm once again going to have a little overview of the matchup and my team building thought process this week. But if you just want to see the battle, feel free to once again head to the timestamp in the description down below. So please leave a like if you enjoy, and let's get right into it. So here's my team once again on the left, and Biradu's team on the right here. And he's got very powerful threats. He's got the Urshifu Rapid Strike, Heatran, Slowking Galar, Thunderous Incarnate Form, Noivern, Klefki, Chestnut, Weavile, Hippowdon, and Misdreavus. Now, in my opinion, this is actually one of the best drafted teams in the entire Battle Hub Draft League because I think Biradu managed to form an excellent balanced core in his team. As you can see, the speed tiers are all over the place, and he's got a very, very strong defensive core of Heatran, Slowking Galar, Hippowdon, and the Chestnut, alongside the offensive core of Thunderous Incarnate, Urshifu Rapid Strike, Noivern, and Weavile. Also, he's got the Klefki and Misdreavus for support, so the roles and everything on this team, and the speed tiers and everything is just excellent. So I consider this to be one of my harder matchups in this league. But regardless, I was still going to give it my best shot, and I decided that I'm going to do this week what I do best, which is going all out with full-on hyper offense, and that is what we're going to be bringing this week. As you can see, we've got a new team member coming off the bench for the first time, but before I explain that, let me explain the rest of the team real quick. So we are running Focus Sash King Gambit as a lead. Now, judging by Biradu's team, I can see him leading with a lot of different threats, and I basically wanted a Stealth Rock setter that could actually match up decently well against him. So I decided to settle for Focus Sash, lead King Gambit with Stealth Rock, max special attack Rash Nature to 2-hit KO the Hippowdon with Grass Knot, Brick Break for the Weavile, and also for the potential screens if Klefki decides to set it up, and Kowtow Cleave for general damage output. We're running Defiant in case any defoggers decide to come in on it. And it's basically going to be our suicide lead, which is definitely not going to be expected for the King Gambit on the team, especially because it's kind of lost in team preview. I don't know if that plays like any mind games into it. I didn't even do that intentionally, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to be leading off with King Gambit this week, always, and we're going to get our rocks up straight away. Now, as you can see above it, we have the dual screens Frostlass here. Now, Frostlass has actually been a surprisingly good mon for me in general this draft league. Its utility is amazing, and this week we are trying dual screens for the first time to support our sweepers. We're obviously running dual screens, and we're going with the Taunt Destiny Bond combo with Light Clay, obviously, and max HP and some good defensive investment, as well as 156 speed, which allows us to outspeed a max speed Jolly, Urshifu Rapid Strike naturally. The rest of the EVs were just put into bulk, and this Pokemon is basically just meant to set up screens and allow our sweepers to go to town. It's also got a Destiny Bond mainly for the Klefki. If it's not dual screens, it's probably going to be a stored power sweeper, and I realized that's quite strong against my team, so I needed to be able to essentially cheese it with the Taunt Destiny Bond combo. Now, let's get into the actual sweepers of the team. So we're bringing Specs Hydreigon once again because with the combination of Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, and Earth Power, Biradu actually really lacks switch-ins with that. Obviously, most of his special defensive walls, like this Heatran and the Slowking Galar, do not appreciate taking Hydreigon's moves. It's got U-turns to potentially get the other sweepers in, and I'm really expecting it to go to town. It's also 1 point faster than Urshifu Rapid Strike, which is really nice. It can one-shot it with that Specs Draco Meteor, and it's got the U-turn just in case the Klefki is still alive, as that is pretty much the only Pokemon on the team that actually switches into Hydreigon relatively well. So I thought that was going to be a very good addition to our team this week. We are bringing Assault Vest Great Tusk mainly for spinning support. We are bringing Assault Vest mainly for the fact that he's got the Heatran and the Slowking Galar, which have a very mixed matchup against Great Tusk because they are weak to Great Tusk's ground stab, but they can also hit back incredibly hard with Psychic and or Future Sight and Magma Storm respectively. So that is why we're bringing that. Obviously, we've also got a little bit of line of defense against the Noivern in case that's very, very offensive. And Earthquake, Rapid Spins, and Headbutt and Ice Spinner basically allow me to hit most of the team super effectively. Zen Headbutt, for those who don't know, is going to be mainly for the Chestnut, as I want that flinch chance, and I didn't really need any other moves on it this week. Now, the main two contenders, however, for this week is going to be my Venomoth. Now, Venomoth, Biradu's got a bit of a history against it with me, but I'm genuinely bringing it this week because I think it's going to be a solid pick. We are bringing the Lumberry in case the Thunderous Incarnate decides to try and paralyze me mid-sweep. Obviously, it's got a prankster ability, so we can bypass my speed boost. We've got 156 speed EVs with modest nature, as that allows me to outspeed everything on his team after a single quiver dance. Modest to hit as hard as possible, and some HP investment in bulk. We are running quiver dance, obviously, for the boosting, sludge bomb, psychic, and Terra Blast water. Terra Blast water mainly so we can deal with the Heatran to turn it into static fodder, as well as the Urshifu Rapid Strike, with Psychic to hit it for super effective damage, and Sludge Bomb as our main stab option. So Venomoth, actually a very, very scary sweeper under the right conditions, and under screens, if it gets that Quiver Dance going, it's going to be insanely difficult for Beardo to stop it once it gets going. Now, we've got that alongside Iron Leaves. This is actually the first week where we're going to be taking 2 Terra Captains off the bench, and we're once again bringing Iron Leaves, this time with a very bulky set, actually, with Booster Energy, Boosting Attack, Swords Dance, Psyblade, Close Combat, and Trailblaze. Now, with the attack boost from Quark Drive, we are going to be able to 2-shot the Urshifu Rapid Strike, as well as Close Combat and Psyblade, which hits the rest of the team for super effective damage. We've got the Swords Dance in case we really need to break through something. Obviously, we're still going to struggle a little bit against the Slowking Galar, but I'm mostly banking on that being dead by the time it comes around. And we're running also Terra Electric to be really be able to turn Thunderous Incarnate and Noivern into setup fodder, as well as being able to obviously eat those Prankster Thunder Waves that are going to be coming our way, as well as obviously flipping our weaknesses upside down a little bit, mainly turning our flying weakness into a resistance there, and also no longer being 4 times weak to bug, which can be useful if Urshifu Rapid Strike, for example, decides to go for a powerful U-turn. So that's going to be the game plan for this week. We're going all out, super offensive, and this is probably the team that I'm most excited to bring for my battles in the Battle Hub Draft League Discord. So very excited for this. I can't stress that enough. Good luck, have fun, Beardo, with the battle. I'm actually going to try a live commentary this time for this week as well. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. And yeah, that's all I've got. I'll see you guys in the battle. All right, and here we are with the battle. Once again, like I said in the intro, guys, this is actually going to be a live commentary, which is something I'm going to be trying for the first time. I'm actually quite nervous for this, to be completely honest. So if you hear me stuttering or if I'm silent for extended periods of time, I'm not usually used to this. So if I'm, like I said, if I'm quiet for extended periods of time or something like that, then do excuse me. I do usually take a lot of time to think and stuff like that. So, but let's waste no further time. Beardo should be searching already, so I'm going to be doing the same thing. You know what? Let's go with the Ruinous Legends. Why not? And he should be here any moment. As you can see, here's the team that you saw in the team preview, if you watched that. And there he is. Man, I'm excited. Let's get into this. There he is. Beardo, also known as Beardo from the Discord server. Let's go. And he has brought Urshifu Rapid Strike, Slowking Galar, Thunderous Incarnate, Hippowdon, Weavile, and the Noivern. So he's brought both Terra Captains. I'm just going to quickly write down his team here. Alrighty. Alright, so already I'm thinking Hydreigon actually looks really good. No Klefki, which is interesting. So Hydreigon pretty much has free reign to click Draco Meteor on whatever the F it wants, which looks really good. Iron Leaves looks like after it gets a Trailblaze up, it's going to have a good time here. I just need a little bit of chip on the Slowking Galar, which I think will be more than manageable. And no Heatran either, which is what I'm surprised to see. But we can still use the Terra Water, obviously, for Hippowdon and for the Urshifu Rapid Strike. So I think it looks alright. I hope Beardo is shitting his pants from seeing the Venomoth in play. But yeah, if you didn't catch the team preview, we're just going to lead King Gambit. He's going to get that up straight away. Get the rocks up, which are going to be important to chip down his team. And we'll just kind of go from there. I don't think... No Chestnut, actually, which I'm also surprised to see. But yeah, we're just going to get our rocks up. We're just going to try and get our screens up as well. And yeah, we're going to go from there. So good luck, have fun, Beardo. Let's get into this. Let's hope we can redeem ourselves after the broken washing machine incident from week 3. Here we go. Oh, we're in the dojo as well, which is cool, the thing. It actually leads up with Weavile, which is interesting. Now, I guarantee you he was expecting a Frostlass lead here, so I'm very much... this is why I led with the King Gambit, because I know he probably wasn't expecting this. We do have the Focus Sash, so we can even live a low kick if we want to, but I don't think he'll stay in fear of an Iron Head. So I'm going to do what I planned. I'm just going to get my rocks up straight away. He might go for a low kick. We will always live, even if he's max attack choice banned. Because of the because of our focus dash, so we should be good. Let's try and get our rocks up, and let's see where we go from here. He might go for the Loki. He does have go for the Loki straight away, and it does actually take me down to my focus dash. That's good to know. I'm gonna quickly check if that could be banded or not. Let's see. Low kick. I need to change everything to level 50 as well, which is annoying. Let's see. So low kick does have a good chance to Oko, so that does not necessarily need to be banded, which is good to know. I don't have Sucker Punch on this. I'm just going to click Break here, see if he goes for a random Swords Dance. I'm expecting to die here, which is absolutely fine. That's exactly what I brought King Gam before. He does go for low kick again, which might make me believe that he's choice band. Otherwise, he might have gone for an Ice Shard, because Weevil's not actually. It's very likely there's no guarantee to knock me out there, so that's good to know. And I think from here, let's see, what is our play? Great Tusk, I believe, does always live a hit. Yeah, Great Tusk easily lives a hit. I don't know if I want to bring that out just yet, though. If he's not banded, we can't really take the risk of going Frost Slash straight away. That's going to be a tough one. If he's choice banded, we could also start turning with Venomoth, but I think it's a little bit too early for that just yet. Hydreigon, I think Hydreigon takes a bit too much from low kick. If it's not banded, it doesn't kill, but there's always a possibility. So I think I'm going to go Great Tusk here. Weevil's special attack is absolute hot garbage, so it shouldn't really be able to hurt me too much. Let's go into Great Tusk. Now, obviously, he's expecting the fighting type move here, which I actually don't have, funnily enough. So he's got plenty of switches to this. I don't know if he'll expect me. If he's expecting a fighting move, what will he go into? Might go into the Thunderous, which is an option. Could also go into the Noivern. Let's see. If he's banded, choice band against my Great Tusk, and he does around 36 to 43. So I'm not too threatened by it. If he's not banded, he has Icicle Crash. It does about 77 to 91. I'm tempted to get off of Rapid Spin, so I'm fast and everything. Not gonna lie, because I could also outspeed everything after. I think I will do that. I think I'll go. Should we go for an Ice Spinner? I think I'll go for an Ice Spinner, expecting a switch into something. Let's see. Okay, so he does withdraw. Let's see what he goes into. He could also go Hippowdon, which I'm very much expecting. Darude, who's that? That is the Hippowdon. Okay, cool. So we called that switch pretty well there. Go for an Ice Spinner. See how much it does. That is not a lot of damage. Let's see. He is not leftovers, which is no Rocky Helmet either. And that looks to me like physically defensive. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't have to be fully physed out, but it definitely looks like it. He can set up the Stealth Rock here, which is very much a possibility. I don't think he can touch me with this too much. Or I don't think he can touch Frost Slash too much. I could try and get some chip on this, which could be nice. But he's likely going to get the Stealth Rocks, which I can't prevent, but I can get up some chip. I don't think this thing can touch me too much. I think, well, he could also go for a Slack Off, which is a possibility. I don't really get any progress if he does that. I think I'm safe to go for another Ice Spinner, actually, because if he doesn't Slack Off, then we can get the kill here. So let's scalp that. Let's go for the Ice Spinner again. We easily outspeed, or at least we should. Very interested what his item is, actually. Maybe it's a berry? Stone Edge. Oh, he was expecting the Frost Slash there. Okay, so I think that was a good call then. That was definitely a good call. Now that, I don't know if that's in kill range. It definitely is, but it could be a roll here. So he could also switch. If he does switch, what's his switch ins? Maybe Urshifu. I think I'm going to make the Frost Slash play now, just because I don't expect him to go for a Stone Edge now. And if he slacks off, then I can actually get my Frost Slash in, which will be good. So let's go Frost Slash now. I really just want my screens up at this point. He does slack off. Okay, cool. I really didn't want to go for an Ice Beam and then miss out on the kill. That would have been tough. So I think this is a fine situation. He could fear the Ice Beam right about now. Let's see, what's the more likely switch? Definitely a physical attack, right? So I'm going to get up my Reflector. He could also Terra. I could definitely see that happening. But I'm just going to get up my Reflect, which is what I want here. If the Hippowdon terrestrializes, that means that the Noivern cannot, which is definitely good, because that means that he can't Terra out of the Ice Spinner, which means that my Great Tusk is going to be able to take it on nicely, as it's taken very, very minimal chip. We should be able to take one Hurricane unless it's choice specs, which, looking at team preview, it could be, but I'm still a little bit uncertain. I think going for the Reflect is safe here. I am fairly certain. I'm very intrigued to see what his items are. Do you think he's like the Rindo Berry or something? I actually have no idea. Darth Slow, that is the Galarian Slowpoke, right? Yes, it is. Alright, cool. Now this thing is a little bit of an issue because I don't really know what this thing can do to me. It's not heavy duty boots either, which is interesting. I don't actually know if this thing gets any fairy coverage. Let me have a look. Let's see, Slowbro Galar, or Slow King, sorry. There's a Slow King Galar. Does this thing get like Dazzling Gleam or something? It does not. It does not get any fairy moves. So Hydreigon is pretty safe here. I think I'll go for one Taunt. Just to prevent this thing from going for a chilly reception or something, or for like a nasty status move. I think I'll go for the Taunt here. See what it does. I don't really want to reveal Destiny Bond just yet. Maybe he's got Shadow Ball as well. That's a possibility. Fire Blast. Ooh, okay. Now that would not have killed me with my HP investment. That's good to know. That's good coverage. We're gonna go for a Light Screen now. We should be able to eat this up nicely. He could swap again to potentially get the Regenerator. I think that's actually the play for him. I don't think the play with him for him is to stay in with Slowbro Galar, but I really just want both my screens up, and then we want one of our sweepers to start getting up. I think we're doing all right here. I think we're going all right with the game plan. We are obviously 5-6 down at the moment. That was my plan all along. Makes me sound very big brain. I don't think the play for him is to go for another Fire Blast. He might be. Do you think he'll be Specs? I don't think he'll bring Specs Slowking Galar, right? That's wild. Let's see yeah, I don't really see that happening. But once again, also no boots or leftovers on this thing, which is what I'm surprised by. I'm very intrigued to see what items he's got. It's taking a long time to think here. He does actually stay in, maybe go for another Fire Blast. We're going to get the Light Screen up though. There comes the Fire Blast. Let's see what this investment is. It doesn't look too offensive. We actually disable the Fire Blast as well, which is cool. Now I don't think that's going to matter too much because we're going to switch out here anyway. But let me actually have a look. So Assault Vest. These things obviously run Fire Blast. This one obviously has Fire Blast. Let me have a look. Against my Frostlass. Through Reflect and Light Screen. Let's see. That's looking rather offensive, not gonna lie. Yeah, that definitely is looking rather offensive, because Fire Blast... Yeah, that's definitely like, that's definitely not no special attack investment for sure. We are going to make the Hydreigon play here. Should be a pretty safe switch into Slowking Galar, unless he has some sort of crazy coverage move, which I don't know about. I don't think he has any fairy coverage. So we can safely go Hydreigon here. He does actually withdraw as well, which is interesting. Check to see what he goes in. He goes to the AMFM, which is going to be the Noivern. Now, he's gonna frisk my choice specs here, and this is one of his Terra Cats. Now, this thing outspeeds me. Let's see, Noivern, but a Draco Meteor never kills me, ever. I don't think so, anyway. Yeah, Draco Meteor does not kill me. If it's specs. If it's specs, even then it only has even then it's only a roll. He's frisk as well, which is interesting. So he's not actually infiltrator, which is huge. That's another thing I noticed. So Draco Meteor looks very, very free against him. Now I'm scared of a Terra here for sure. This is one of his Terra captains. He could Terra Fairy or Steel. I could 100% see that being the case. I don't think. No, a little more leaning towards Terra Steel, or Terra Fairies. I'm more leaning towards Terra Steel. But against Dark Pulse, I'll also invite the Receiver after. I think I'm going to take Draco Meteor. I think that's a safe bet. He does actually Terra. We're still going to be able to get some solid damage off here on the Noivern though, which is good. We should always be able to do some solid damage to him here. Is he Terra Fairy? He's Terra Water. Okay. That's better. That means it's going to be neutral. And I think he should be able to live any one hit this thing throws at us. So he goes for Defog, which is unfortunate. That's going to get rid of the screens. But luckily, Frostlass is still alive. And we're going to be able to do some big damage to him here if this lands. Hopefully it lands. So opponent's turns are going to be gone. And we missed the Draco Meteor. That is so unfortunate. That is huge. That is a huge miss. That's just messed up the game, because the defog was going to be fine if we could punish the Noivern, but now we could die to a Draco Meteor. Actually, I don't think. Do we die to a Draco Meteor? I think we do. Yeah, we definitely do. Oh, that's rough. Let's see. Frostlass is still alive, luckily. I will go for it again. He does go for Draco Meteor. That allows us a setup opportunity with something else. So I think I will do that. He hasn't. Now we just know he's got no switch-ins though. Now we do know he's got no switch-ins to the Draco Meteor because the Terra has been used up. So there's no Terra Fairy Hippowdon either or something. That's definitely a mon that I could see having Terra Fairy. But that is a rough miss, man. That is rough. That would have been a KO right there. So he actually goes to use him, which leads me to believe he does not have a Draco Meteor, or maybe he didn't want to risk a miss either. But that definitely makes me believe he does not have. He does not have Draco Meteor. Excuse me. Now I'm expecting the Slowking Galar here to come in. Yeah, exactly. He frisked my Chose pick, so he knows I'm Chose pick. We actually do connect it this time, which is good. And we get a critical hit. That's payback right there. Right back at you. Now that should be in range now. He could definitely swap, but I don't know if that's do you think that's Assault Vest? Let me have a look. Slowking Galar. Assault Vest. Let's see, 50. On a critical hit. That's not Assault Vest, I don't think. Because a critical hit does about like 70 max. So given the fact he doesn't really have the best switch, he's definitely going to switch here to get the Regenerate. I'm expecting Hippowdon maybe to come in. Ooh, if we expect Hippowdon to come in, is there a better play? I'm just thinking. Because we could also go for the Draco Meteor, but if it doesn't... Let's see, Hippowdon's... It's not a full though, is it? We know the Hippowdon is more than likely physically defensive, or at least it's more physically oriented. I think we can go for Draco Meteor here. I think it's the right play. I could be wrong though. He is going to withdraw like as expected. What are we going to see here? AMFM. That was the Noivern again. Okay, so that definitely does take a hit now, I think. He's going to frisk us again. Hopefully it doesn't dodge another Draco Meteor. It does not. Good. That's some good damage. Okay, so that's over half. So that's good. It seems to be a more utility Noivern for sure. I don't know what other moves it can have though. So we definitely have to switch here. If we expect a Roost, then we could potentially be good to go into something else. Bit of Terra Blast as well. Could also go Iron Leaf to try and get the sweep going, but Slowking Galar is pretty weak at this point. And he can't really touch Iron Leaves, to be completely honest with you. So I think we could go Iron Leaves here to try and get the Trailblaze going and the Swords Dances. He's committed to Terra already, so his team is rather like once we get the Slowking Galar is chipped. I think I'm gonna go make the Iron Leaves play. If we know he's not choiced, so it's not gonna take much damage from Hurricane. So it shouldn't be able to do too much damage to me, and that's assuming he even has Hurricane in the first place. I'm expecting a boost here, so let's go into Iron Leaves. We also can damage this thing super effective now with Trailblaze, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna get the attack boost there. And he actually goes for a Hurricane straight away. Oh god. That is big damage. I was not expecting that to come through. Damn it. Oh, that's big. I was not expecting a Hurricane. I was expecting a Roost or something. Okay, so we know he's not got Draco. What's our play here? Something is going to have to die. Oh, I really didn't want to lose Iron Leaves. That's tough. That's tough. This Noivern is tough in general, man. Terra Electric ain't gonna save us at this range either. I think we have to go for a Trailblaze here. We probably die. He's probably gonna go for a U-turn actually. Ooh, this is not go as planned. The defog on the missed Draco Meteor was so unfortunate. But I think we go for Trailblaze here anyway. He's probably gonna go for a U-turn. No, Blink. Oh, okay, so we know his moveset now. Defog, Hurricane. Defog Hurricane, Flamethrower, U-turn. Noted. Okay, so here... do I die from a Hurricane? Let me have a look. Hurricane... Oh, not Hurricane, that's not a Pokemon. Noivern. Let's go on that assumption. Let's see, Hurricane. Let's see, I am at 125 HP. We do live. Let's see. Yeah, we guaranteed live a Hurricane. If he's max special attack, modest. Which he should be, I'm assuming. There's Iron Leaves, let's say Iron Leaves took... Yeah, Iron Leaves took like 90%, that should be timid. But if it's modest, even then we can live. Yeah, I think we have to go back to Hydreigon here. I'm more sort of leaning towards a Dark Pulse right now. Although that also kind of invites the Urshifu in, honestly. I think we just have to go for a Draco Meteor again, just get a kill here. Could also go for Earth Power, that dents the Urshifu a little bit more. And that also punishes the Sloping Galar. I think he's got no Draco Feature. I think we have to go for this. Man, Venomoth is really going to have to pull it home for us here, I think. It can definitely do it, though. It can definitely do it. You just go for another Hurricane. This shouldn't kill, ever. Nope, we live that. And we don't miss the Draco Meteor again. Good, okay. That's better. So the Noivern is gone. That's big. We're going to have to try and position Venomoth in a way where it can win the game, essentially, I think. We're going to have to position Venomoth nicely. My main concern at the moment, honestly, is just the Weavile. Because the Weavile prevents the thingy from setting up. The Frostlass from setting up its screens. Man, I can't believe we missed the Draco. That's such a big miss. The fact that he's not missing Hurricanes either. I mean, that's how it goes with that. So in comes the Thunderous Incarnate, which is interesting. Now, this thing, I don't know if this thing can do much to Frostlass. I don't think it can. So I think we're actually good to sack off Hydreigon here. We could also go AV Great Tusk. Because unless he has Grass Knot, he can't really touch me. He could also be Nasty Plot though, which will be, pardon the pun, nasty. If he does do that, he could be kind of screwed here, not gonna lie. If he's Nasty Plot, we could be kind of screwed. We do a decent amount of damage to it for sure. Let's see. This is Thunder. I keep getting Tornadoes and Thunders mixed up. Let's see, Draco Meteor. Keep having to change the level. Draco Meteor at -2. That's about 60 to 70%. I think it's worth it. If we lose Hydreigon here, that's also fine. Let's go for it. He just goes for using it. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. That leads me to believe that that's also more of a support set, which is interesting. I don't think you'll run U-turn on a Nasty Plot set, to be honest. So Venomoth is actually looking alright. We really just need to deny Weavile, to deny Frostlass, essentially, to get the screens up. Beardu's playing this really well, though, for sure. Oh, but that miss was a game changer. For HO teams, you cannot afford to have miss like that, man. Okay, so in comes the Sloping Galar. Now, I don't really want to have this thing I don't really want to give this thing a chance to have its regenerator. I kind of want to punish it for that. So I'm actually more leaning towards going Great Tusk and just firing off a Rapid Spin or an Ice Spinner potentially. Because the problem is the Sloping Galar right now it's weakened. That's the thing. Right now it's actually weakened to the point where Venomoth can pick it off. But if it switches out again, that's going to be really rough. We're going to need like multiple Quiver Dances for sure. Tinted Lens definitely does let us bypass its typing, which is good. Great Tusk is not going to benefit that much from the screens anyway, although this is a good opportunity to go into it. If we swap with the Frost, he's most likely going to go Weavile. God, the timer. I feel more confident going Great Tusk, honestly. This could be a misplay, but I feel more confident Great Tusk. I think we have to wait a little bit longer before we try the Venomoth sweep. So obviously we threaten an Earthquake here. If he does decide to switch, he doesn't really have the best switch-ins in the world to Great Tusk. We already know that the Thunderous is likely not too offensive. So I'm actually pretty safe going for an Earthquake here, I think. Because the Hippowdon is not going to appreciate multiple of those either. So I'm actually expecting going for the Earthquake. Maybe he thinks I'm going to overpredict as well. Okay, no, he does just withdraw. Obviously to get that Regenerator. And in comes the Root. Oh, the Root Sensor. I just now got that reference. Okay, so go for an Earthquake. That's good damage. Now, here, this is a tough situation. This is kind of the swapping I was expecting. Ice Spinner does 2 kill from here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it does. But he could easily go for a Slack Off. However, if I let him do that, I could also go Frost Dance, get up the Reflect, and then Destiny Bond. He has to go for a Slack Off. I don't think he wants to lose his Hippowdon. But at the same time, I really don't want to risk it. This is really going to come down to Venomoth, man. We could also potentially try and go for... I don't think this thing can do much to me either, that's the thing. It can set rocks for sure. I think the play actually is to go Frostlass. I think the play is to go Frostlass. Because he's going to Slack Off here. I just have a feeling. I very highly doubt he actually wants to risk his Hippowdon. So I'm going Frostlass. Yawn. Okay. Interesting play. So that means he actually was risking his thingy there. His Hippowdon. Interesting. So he's probably going to go for a Slack Off now. I'm wondering if he was actually expecting that switch or not. If he was expecting the Frostlass switch, he definitely would have... Actually, Venomoth is also weak to Stone Edge. If he expected the switch, he would have definitely just gone for a Stone Edge. He's probably going to go for a Slack Off here, I think. We just make the switch back to Great Tusk? I think we do. I don't want Frostlass falling asleep. Well, it's going to set us back too much. I think we have to... This is tough, man. I think I have to go back to Great... Let's take the longer out a little bit. Let's take the longer out. Let's play it safe. I'm not liking the fact that he went straight for that Hurricane on Iron Leaves, man. That was... okay, so he does actually withdraw, which is interesting. That means no Slack Off. That means it hasn't healed. Sai Jinping, that's the Urshifu Rapid Strike. Okay. Now this thing... Let's see. Urshifu Rapid Strike. Against my Great Tusk. Surging Strikes... Let's see... 202 HP. Surging Strikes does not... It's got like a very small chance to KO. This is actually what I brought Zen Headbutt for. I think getting chip on this is good for sure. I don't think he kills me unless he doesn't kill me unless he's banned. Let's go for a Zen Headbutt here. Let's try and get some chip. Trailblaze, okay. That's dangerous actually. That's very dangerous. Okay, let's go. We go for Zen Headbutt here. See how much we do. Over half, which is good. Now, Surging Strikes will knock me out here. We are also going to be able to Revenge Kill it with Venomoth, though. So it's good to know he's a Swords Down set. Let's go for Zen Headbutt again. I'm expecting Great Tusk to die here. Yep. Surging Strikes, that definitely knocks me out, right? Always a critical hit. Yeah, that knocks me out. God. What a massacre this has turned out to be, man. Okay, so he does have the Trailblaze, which means he is now faster than my... Maybe I should have gone for a Rapid Spin, actually. Maybe that would have been safer. Yeah, I probably should have gone for a Rapid Spin, to be honest. That was a misplay. If I was expecting the Trailblaze, of course. So, let's see. He's now +1 speed. Let's see, let me see how much Venomoth takes after Terra Water. It's still a 2-hit KO. We don't die to it, that's the big thing. And we also definitely outspeed. I think we have to go for it here. I think we have to go for Venomoth, because I'm pretty sure he outspeeds me and knocks me out with Urshifu now. So we have to go for this. I didn't realize my Venomoth is this big, to be honest. So we'll go for a Terra Water, and we'll go for that Crocodance. What if he has got a Mental Herb? Not Mental Herb, sorry. I think it's the item that Steel stat changes. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, we have to Terra Water here and Crocodance. There's only one play. I don't know why I'm trying to delay this too much. He does actually stay in. I'm intrigued to see if he actually expects this Terra. If he expects this Terra, honestly, it's over. It's over. They actually both Terra Water this game, which is interesting. Searching Strike's perfect. That should never knock me out. Yep. And a follow-up Aqua Jet doesn't knock me out either. Why does my Venomoth disappear there? I can only see the crap. What the heck? And my Venomoth literally disappeared. Alright, so we go for the Crocodance. We are now guaranteed faster than this thing again. 100%. He can go for an Aqua Jet to try and get some chip. Let's see, we can't afford to go for a second Crocodance. We have to take it. So we go for a Psychic here. Yep, he outspeeds me still. What? This Venomoth. I might have missed EV this Venomoth. Oh yes, I did. I missed EV this Venomoth. Oh my god, I can't believe it. No wait, I didn't miss. No wait, wait a minute, I didn't. No wait, I'm lying. Venomoth is naturally slower than Urshifu Abstract. What am I talking about? Oh my god. I can't believe that. I've messed up severely. I mean, truth be told, obviously the misses were very unfortunate, especially that Draco miss was huge, but this is what happens when you run HO, man. A few mistakes and you lose. Well, this is game over. This is a 5-0 loss. Damn, I can't believe this went to. I was actually expecting to do really well this week, but let's see. Yeah, this is literally a 5-0. Well, let's go for Destiny Bond. This is over. This is over. Damn, man. Can't believe a single miss made that big of a difference. Like, obviously, you know, the Trailblaze and stuff, they were very, very dangerous, and he's definitely brought the speed control. Like, I could see the thought process behind his building this week was very well done. So, GG's Beardo, absolutely, it was a brilliant game from you, honestly. A brilliant game overall, I say. But, damn, I was not expecting the outcome, to be honest. Yep, so we did even worse than what we did when we had our broken washing machine. That's crazy. I will say, though, Beardo is definitely a hell of a lot more experienced in Draft League than me, so I'm not surprised he outprepped me, to be honest. But yeah, that was a crazy battle, man. That was crazy. Anyway, I'm gonna stop dragging it on there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed me getting bin bagged. We actually did have the correct sets this time, so do you know what? I have to say, I really don't mind going out like that or anywhere near as much as if my sets were wrong. They were not this week. They were all working. Once again, GG's Beardo, and damn, that was a crazy battle. I'll see you guys back in week 5, where hopefully we're gonna have our record a bit cleaned up. See you guys there.